MyUsernamesThis is in deep trouble. And no, I'm not kidding. Originally what happened is MyUsernamesThis, a musical artist named Risa, and then another artist known as Bslick all collaborated together to make a song known as Better Together. This song received over 11 million views on YouTube. Originally what happened is MyUsernamesThis, a musical artist named Risa, and then another artist known as Bslick all collaborated together to make a song known as Better Together. This song received over 11 million views on YouTube. Despite the original agreement, MyUsernamesThis did not pay Bslick fairly, and so he came out with a thread during the time that MyUsernamesThis was being exposed that said this. Bslick ended up coming out with a post that said, "Until MyUsernamesThis decided to split the revenue from the music video that me, Java, and Risa did work on between the four of us, and that everyone, including the artist, gets fairly compensated regardless of the original agreement, this thread does not ring true." Bslick originally said that user would initially take 50-50 split because he led him to believe that it didn't make much for music videos, and in reality, this music video turned out to be his third most popular video on his channel. He says that he has since learned that it is not a fair 50-50 split since it came to light that his YouTube video was his third most streamed of all time, and neither himself or the vocalist were compensated for their contribution. After learning that he was not paid fairly for his contribution, he gave user a couple weeks, but today the hammer finally knelt down. The original thread, made by Roblox RTC, says, "News. Better Together has been taken off MyUsernamesThis channel with a DMCA strike from Bslick. It's not in his most popular videos anymore, and the video is nowhere to be seen. Username has left the Roblox community." Bslick, through the legal process, submitted a copyright claim on MyUsernamesThis third most popular video, which garnered over 11 million views. And it says, "Video unavailable. This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Bslick." MyUsernamesThis has also quit YouTube, and he's not coming back either, due to the situation and the backlash he's gotten from this whole situation. MyUsernamesThis has essentially quit YouTube. These are in fact real messages from my friend Redline, who says people are saying to pay him $3,000. He says, "Nah. Regardless what I do, people will complain. So it's better off doing nothing." Redline says, "People on Twitter are saying to pay 50% to Risa and Bslick. That's all they want since they only made like $130 from the Spotify ad revenue. Don't care at this point. I don't have any passion for making Roblox content since late 2021. Redline says, "So what are you gonna do then?" And then he says, "Other stuff I have in mind." And then he says, "People are just complaining that you're not paying them." And he says, "Let them." Here's proof that that's real, by the way. If another situation pops up, or two more copyright strikes, and MyUsernamesThis channel could be gone forever. As of what Bslick has to say in this situation, he says, "This wasn't done out of anger. All of my actions have been deliberate and thought out." What was his loss here? He made his money on the video. The last comment on it was 4+ weeks ago. He said that his terms would make it close to 50-50, and this wasn't the case. This goes beyond terms or agreement. Those are there to protect both parties to make sure everything is fair and protected. And when the initial conversation is that it would be closer to 50-50, who was then to argue or make amendments to it then? I've since given this decision immense thought, and it's been an entire month since this initially came to light. And I've done what I think is right, as a musician who primarily and solely works as a musician, to support a family including 3 kids. Unfortunate that I was put in a position set by a president for any other creatives in the field, or any other field of artistry, where artists have been routinely screwed over with their hard work. However, it's time. People realize that artists deserve to be compensated for their hard work, and it's not unreasonable whatsoever for the client asked to be ethically treated in any given situation. People are worried for Bslick because this is not under the original terms and agreements that they agreed to. They said, "This situation is worrying me. From what I've gathered, you agreed to a percentage of streaming revenue and video description credit. Later, you decided you wanted more money. I'm assuming you're consulting with a lawyer on this. Did the lawyer see a strike on MyUsernamesThis?" As for the agreement though, the end goal was that both of them were hoping to reach a fair split. That was said, but as you can see, that obviously wasn't fulfilled there. I wish they could work this out, but honestly, this is actually confirmed. That MyUsernamesThis has completely left YouTube, and he's not taking any responsibility for his actions. So, was the agreement that Bslick made was fair in the first place at all? This is where the legal terms really come down to something complicated that I can't explain since I'm not a lawyer. The problem is, if there's no agreement to split video revenue, that means video revenue isn't being split. Which means that MyUsernamesThis is legally in the right here, but not morally in the right. This is honestly all really confusing and complicated. MyUsernamesThis has quit YouTube. On top of this, he is not taking responsibility for his actions with Bslick, and which to the point he didn't take action with Bslick, Bslick has now issued a DMCA strike on his channel. Thank you very much for watching my video. I'd appreciate if you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.